This video goes over reviewing images that are on scan. As you can see on the home page, we have over 1.6 million specimens that have images. That means we have well over 2 million images that are linked to scan records of arthropods. So I'll show you how to view images. Best way is click on images and it will bring you to a dialog box that provides a set of search criteria, and the other tab is collections. Let's say you're primarily interested in museums that have images from the Southwest. You can simply select this to select every one of the collections in scan if you want to look at all of them. Today I'm just going to restrict it to the Southwest, so I don't have to wait for all of the images to load. I'm going to go back to search criteria. First, let's put in a scientific name. I'm going to select grasshoppers, acrididae. You can select specific photographers. You can select specific tags. For really most images, these don't matter. So I'm not going to select a tag. I typically don't select an image keyword. I simply want to look at all grasshoppers. The next entry box is our date that the images were uploaded. This is really nice if you simply want to see, for example, what your texts or students have imaged in the last week or 2 weeks, or everything that's been imaged if you want to look for new images of a particular taxa that you haven't seen before. Limit image counts. You can limit it to all images, 1 per taxa, or 1 per specimen. A lot of people take multiple angles of a specific specimen. I typically just always choose all images. And the default is to show thumbnails, and I rarely need to just see a taxa list. I'd rather actually see the thumbnails. And you can limit your image type to all images, specimen images. These last 2 categories are essentially observations field images, and the vast majority of those are from iNaturalist that we harvest and maintain in the scan portal. So now that you've selected your collections and all of your criteria for what you want to look at, then you can load the images. And it shows 10,891 images of grasshoppers from Southwest collections. It allows you to click on the first 10 screens of images. Sometimes I just go to the end to see what it's like there. So for any image, you can click on it to see the full amount of data associated with it. And this turns out to be probably a skeletal record from University of Arizona, where they've taken an image of it. They've put in some of the fields associated with the specimen, but not all of it. So for example, collector is missing. If you have a question, you can, for example, in this case, just click on Wendy Moore and it will pop into your email, whatever email you use, and you can send her an email and if you have any questions about the specimen. So this is how you get a view of all of the images for a particular taxa. If you want to combine that with looking at maps on the homepage, you can go to taxon search. And I'm going to put in acridid, and then it will show you every acridid species. And so we still have a lot of species that we have like no images of, or if we have an image, it's only an image of a label. But this is nice in that it shows you everything that we do have an image for. And lastly, if you go to spatial module, which shows all the records that have a lat longe, if you open this up, you can specify the search to limit it to specimens with images only. So if you only want to look at the images that are georeferenced, the records that are georeferenced and have an images, you can click on this. And with that, that ends this very short introduction.